Okay, folks, here's a quick review of the Jungle Hunter Predator figure that was produced by NECA as part of their Predator line of products. This is part of the 8th series of these Predator figures that NECA has produced. Now, I got 2 of these figures recently. One from Toys R Us for $15.99, and the other is a trade through the MUCC forum with a user by the name of Ross11359. And if I may give a special shout out to Ross, he's a really great guy, and you should have no hesitation in doing any trades with him whatsoever. Anyway, Ross's figure will be used for the review today, while the figure that I purchased at Toys R Us has gone into my Mint on Mint carded figure collection. Series 8 also celebrates the 25th anniversary of the first Predator film. Alright, this Predator was a special acquisition for me. I started collecting these NECA Predators after the first release of this particular Predator in the, I want to say it was the 3rd series, at which point I believe it was called the Classic Predator. But unfortunately, this particular version of Predator was no longer available on store shelves when I started collecting the NECA Predators. So I'm happy to be able to finally add the original 1987 Predator into my collection. Okay, when I first got this Predator out of his packaging, I was quite impressed with him. This is a very nice movie-accurate likeness of the Predator seen in the original film, and I used my Ultimate Jungle edition of Predator to double-check that on Blu-ray. He's got excellent detailing all over him, right down to the body netting, his hands, and feet. The mask is nicely done and has a well-crafted, battle-worn appearance. The bone decorations that he's wearing are also very nicely detailed. And unfortunately, the wrist blades were a tad warped, but I've seen worse in stores, and I'm confident that I'll be able to remedy that situation on my figure. However, the wrist blades still retract and extend very smoothly. The joints on this figure were a bit of a mixed bag. I had no problem in moving the head, shoulders, wrists, or ankles. However, the elbows were very stiff, as were his knees. And also, the figure was packaged with his elbow joints slightly off-angled. So be very careful to watch out for that when opening up one of these figures, as you may inadvertently break the arms. So be careful. Also, the left hip is extremely loose, so I suggest using stands like what I use for these Predator figures to hopefully prevent the figure from falling off a shelf and potentially breaking. And on a side note, this loose hip and warped wrist blade problem, that's been ongoing for at least the past 2 to 3 series of these Predator figures. So, once again, I highly suggest that NECA addresses these quality control issues, as I'm beginning to find it highly annoying, especially at the price point that these figures go for in retail and comic book stores. Paint apps on this figure were nicely done with no appreciable errors to speak of. So let me pause here, zoom in, and I'll give you a closer look as to what the Jungle Hunter Predator looks like. Or Classic Predator, however you want to call it. Okay. Jungle Hunter Predator came with one accessory. So let me pan down real quick and I'll show you what that is. The figure stands that I have him standing on were not included in the package and were purchased by me separately. Okay, so as you can see, Jungle Hunter Predator comes with a shoulder-mounted plasma caster. This is the same accessory that came with the unmasked Jungle Hunter Predator that I previously reviewed, and it connects to the figure's body in the exact same manner via 2 small tabs on its underside. However, this one has a joint pivot on the cannon itself that feels even more fragile to me than before, and as such, I'm advising caution when moving it around. As a matter of fact, I don't personally plan on moving it that much, if at all, because of how fragile it felt to me. Back to the figure itself. What I'll do now is a quick 360 of the Jungle Hunter Predator and let you see what he looks like from all sides. So here he is from the front, from the left, here he is from the rear, the right hand side, finally, here we are once again from the front. So overall, I think this is an excellent looking Jungle Hunter Predator, or Classic Predator, however you want to call him, as I said. I like its movie accuracy, and I like that it has excellent detailing. However, I'm just not fond of these ongoing quality control issues with these hip joints on these Predator figures. And I'm also not happy about the fact that the plasma caster feels even more fragile than before. But even so, I'm going to give this figure an extremely high recommendation. If you're a Predator collector, you really should not miss out on adding this figure to your collection. This is a good one to get. Okay, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.